Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before I do get started, let me give an explanation. Now, as many people do know whenever I made this thumbnail, I thought it would be interesting to do this as a storyline. It's interesting, and it also does go off of the idea of Deku being a pro who had to retire due to an injury, which I do find as an interesting concept. Now, with that being said, let's see where the story does take us. Now, we'll start with Deku. Deku, he has a very simple quirk. He does have enhanced senses, and he does have a small amount of enhanced physicality. Now, Deku, he is in the top 50 of pros, and he's mainly known as a rescue hero. He does do combat if he does need to, but mainly he does try to rely on his abilities to save people. And right now, we do currently have today. A day where Deku thought it was just an ordinary day, but things took a turn for the worse. Now, a building is on fire, and villains, they are attacking the area very heavily. Mount Lady is currently fighting a giant, and he crashed into this building, and it was set ablaze by the man's partner. Deku, he came running in. Right now, him crashing through the stairwell door and running up it. As other pros, they are trying to follow behind him. Him turning to a water hero and going to tell him about what to do. He can smell a fire a few levels up, and right now 2 levels up, there is one getting started. He can hear people and they're in the building. Some are shouting for help and others are banging on windows. Right now, they're in chaos. Him turning to some other people, talking about it. Him going to look up and whistle, before he does close his eyes and try to get a better feel for how the building does seem. Right. The building's starting to get a little unstable. Tell Mount Lady she needs to keep the heroes on that villain. Right now, there's another one up here, right? Endeavor rushing right past him. The man flying up the stairwell as Deku does turn to look up. And that's probably a bad idea. Though, if they do have an ice hero, the building might go in a thermal shock. Okay, right. The structure can take the heat for a small bit of time. But the steel, the rebar inside the concrete, okay, it'll either turn to powder with heat or... No, he can't think about that right now. Him going to run over to the railing and leap up, jumping to the other side, and then going to anchor his foot and turn, leaping up again as he's going to jump opposite sides. Him makes his way up a few stairwells as he does a smash down onto one, the heat of the metal stair going to alarm him. And when he does a jump over the railing, he does a turn, him rushing over and crashing through the security door made of metal. Him looking around and trying to find people. Smoke beginning to cloud his eyesight. He does get to pull down his goggles, shouting out for people. And someone, they are making their way up the stairs. Right now, Deku going to run into the area as he does bring his hand over his mouth. Trying to think about what to do. Him going to rush over and find somebody. Deku bending down and grabbing them. Rushing back over to the stairwell as he does shout out for survivors. And other heroes doing to make their way up as Deku does a turn. Another hero following him into the burning level of the building. And when they do to come out with a few people, he does a turn, shouting for others to begin to get them downstairs. Him rushing up to the next level and trying to find where he can hear heartbeats. The smoke, it's already beginning to choke through his respirator, and it's not doing too good on him. He either needs to replace it or head down. In the building, it does begin to shake. Him quite alarmed as he hears someone scream out. Him going to look up and going to rush up the stairs. Before, whenever he does go up to the next level, he does go to feel the building completely shift. Someone crashing into it as Mount Lady does try to grab the villain. But it already is too late. The building, it is completely unstable, and the stairwell behind Deku collapses. And I'm trying to see that. I'm gonna somewhat try and think about the way the ground is gonna feel. Him hearing things begin to crack and break as is a run over, leaping off the railing and crashing over to the other side. As the one Deku grabbed onto, it is unstable. Something exploding as Deku does see the heroes. Him being sent crashing backwards as his eye protection, it is broken into his own face. And he does go flying on the stairwell as other people, they do try to make their way up. And when they do to see the hero crash down at the bottom of the stairs, he does go to lay there for a second. The building getting more unstable as people do try to rush out. And Endeavor, he's the last thing Deku does to see. Him and the villain being sent flying through the wall as they try to battle. The man trying to take this person away from the building. And something does go crashing down to land on Izuku, a large chunk of rubble. And that was the last thing he remembered before he woke up in the hospital. Right now, him being informed of his condition. And it isn't too good. He was out for some time. They had to perform surgery on him, and it's been a couple of days. He's unfortunately lost his eyesight. His goggles protected him from being burned and from the smoke, but pulling them out of his eyes after they were shattered was a process. Debris is still in the parts of his eye that they can't get out. And if they were to remove his eyes, then that would be the only way to get them out. Along with that, he did break ribs, suffered minor impacts to the lung, and he also had a broken leg. Overall, he's lucky he didn't break his back on the fall. And the doctors, they are impressed by this. Though Izuku, all he had to hear was about his hero career being ended. And the impact of this hurt more than the fall. He didn't remember the fall. And right now, he was left to think about everything. He can still feel the building he's in. Someone in the next room is breathing. He can hear them. Someone over there is... No. Crap. They're writing. They're writing. He knows that. They're writing. Damn it. He can't figure this out. Something's wrong with his quirk. This is on his mind. And someone, they do just step into the room. Him turning as the person does express, oh, they didn't realize that he was awake. Fine. Are you hungry, Mr. Midoriya? I'm okay. Listen, is there any way to know about my release date or to move it up? Oh, well, you would have to sign the forms and go over a few things. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to read the forms. I am so sorry. It's all right. Sorry, it's a lot. My insurance will pay for a lot of other things, and with my association insurance, I'm sure they'll not like the payout they're going to give me. The payout? Yeah. Listen, it's a whole thing. My insurance will cover everything, and it should be fine. As for me, I guess, I've got to figure that out. How so? Well, actually, I could see how this is a problem for you. You might need assistance at your residence, correct? correct? I should be fine. My training and everything focuses on me being able to do things in environments with low light or not being able to see. Though I am usually flashed by lights by villains sometimes, or they try and fire at me. So my senses are pretty good. I see. Are you sure though? You may need help getting around. And that's not me being insensitive. That's merely a fact. Yes, Mr. Midoriya. You may need aid in your daily life for some things. There is a procedure to all of this. Unfortunately, I'm unsure of how to go about it. I'm sure the association will tell me when they call me in for a meeting. Though, that's gonna be a whole thing. You may need a assisted living advisor. A what? It's a special name for a nurse who would help you in your daily life. They'd come to your residence and help you out with things that you do need, or try to help accommodate you to the new lifestyle you may find yourself in. I see. I can recommend someone. You can? Yes, they specialize with people in your circumstances. The visually impaired? I'm blind. Yes, Mr. Midoriya, the visually impaired. Right. So, how am I supposed to work with this? I mean, do I pay her, or I'm sure the association will figure everything out for you. I can give you the contact number and help you out with that. Thanks. Deku, trying to get everything prepared in his own mind. And one of his associates the next day, they do come to see him. Them trying to lighten the mood with Izuku. Though it's kind of hard to be funny in the situation. It's not impossible, but they can tell from Deku's attitude, he's just putting on a front when he does get a laugh. It is a little upsetting to them. Although, they do try to tell Deku about what exactly they can do. His insurance payout will take care of himself for many years. Along with his popularity, yeah. He might still get some brand deals and get some kickback from those. I mean, hell. He's a wounded hero. There might be a big deal out of this. But that might get overshadowed by a few other things in the news. Since villain attacks and stuff like that on the daily are happening all the time. This might just get buried in a story. And that Deku, he does understand. One of his associates turning to the other one and smacking them in the arm for stating that. And Izuku, he does talk about it. Right. He's supposed to be meeting with someone from the hero committee, and they're going to go over everything for him with his options. Right. Now, we do currently cut over to someone else. It's been a little bit of time. They got a file about a pro hero they might be helping. They got everything set up. They're going to be paid. They're going to head to the residence and figure out how exactly to get him accommodated to his new current lifestyle. And the person, they currently do walk down the road. After they turn the corner and got out of the subway. They are wearing a hoodie. They are wearing a pair of thick glasses, and they do try to keep their head down. Before, they do to walk into an elevator and go to bring a hand up. Right now, them pulling the glasses free and trying to wipe the smudge that just doesn't seem to go away. Only whenever the elevator door does it open, they do nearly drop the glasses before shoving them back onto their face, almost stabbing themselves in the eye with it. And they to bring their hand up and go to somewhat wipe the spot they hit, stepping out and making their way through the level. The person that stepped into the elevator gave them a bit of a side glance before disregarding them, as they walked down the hall with a bag in hand, making their way to a door and knocking on it. And they do go to wait. Before they do go to pull out the card and check to see that this is the correct residence. And over the door does go to open. The woman does see a man standing there. Him wearing a t-shirt and pajama bottoms. Hello? Hi. Is this the residence of Mr. Midoriya? Yes. Hi. Her going to pull down her glasses and take them off. Expressing. She's Elizabeth. She was hired and contacted to help him with his current situation. Her stepping in. And Deku, he does go to listen to her footsteps. Listen to them reverberating and echoing through his home. And he does go to focus on her for a minute. Him going to close the door and turning. Walking down the hall and talking about it. Going to hum a little bit that she can hear. He's mostly fine. Grabbing the wool and walking around a corner. Though he's at home. He knows the area pretty well. If it's just been a little off. This place is dark. Her flicking on a light. Nezuko does get a turn. Sorry. He hasn't had much need for those. You know. Oh, I'm not in. Sorry. It's, The woman going to pull back her hoodie. And Deku does go to turn. Looking directly at the woman as he does a step back around the corner. And she does somewhat flinch for a second, staring at the man. Before he does talk about it. Does she want some coffee? Tea, perhaps? He's got some of it in stock. He thinks. He does need to go on a shopping run soon, and that might be a bit more trouble. Walking back into the kitchen and going to turn the heat back up on the stove. Him grabbing the counter and trying to find. There it is. Grabbing a spatula and pulling it up. And the woman does step into the room, looking around and seeing a clean kitchen. Though she does look down, seeing a shard of glass that clearly is laying there on the ground. Her quite surprised. As she has a turn, asking if he's had trouble adjusting. I have. It's been a little hard, but I'm getting there. Him flipping the bacon in the pan, talking about it. So, how does this exactly work? Her walking over and expressing. It works quite simply. She measures his adjustment in how he does do things. He can call her and talk with her, and she can walk him through certain other details. Though, the adjustment process can be difficult. I can understand that. It's hard to talk with people, and apparently this thing on my phone helps. Yes, it does. It's how you can text people. And it also does help with the narrator function. Yeah, I've noticed that. A friend helped me figure it out, and it was a bit of a bitch. I accidentally called him a few times, and even got the wrong number to one of my other associates. Oh, I've heard about that. You were a pro. Yeah, I was. Sorry, I'm not used to talking with people like that. I'm retired. You can just say it. I get it. It was always a possibility of getting hurt or killed. I guess I just got lucky. Lucky isn't the exact word I'd use for that. How so? Lucky. Luck is hard to determine. Some people have it better, some don't. It's difficult to say. Him turning, and the woman does go grab the pan and the spatula, informing him he's gonna overcook the bacon. Fine, can you? I'm here for that. Grabbing the pan and going to make my way over to the sink. Right now, setting it down and pulling the food free. Turning and looking at the oven. Seeing that he hasn't turned it on, but something doesn't sit inside. Her staring at the timer that has been cranked up. And she doesn't talk about it. Right. Turning it on and trying to get things set properly. She can walk him through everything. Though what? It's going to be an adjustment, Mr. Midoriya. Right. You said your name was Elizabeth? It is? Tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you mean? Well, you say luck is hard to determine, or that you don't believe in it? People say that luck is different for everyone. Some have it better, some have it worse. It's a draw. Right, I get that, but what makes you say that? Well, my quirk doesn't have an off function. So I'd say that I got the worst of the draw. Your quirk? Yes, I have the eyes of a Gorgon. I see. So, is that why you have snake hair? Her gonna freeze. And Deku can hear her heartbeat increase. Yeah, yes, Mr. Midoriya. That is correct, yes. How did you know that? I can feel the air around you. Think of a bat's sonar. That's how my quirk works. Though, it's weird now. I can see a lot more, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not easy. Hell, I'm getting overload over here sometimes. I see. Mr. Midoriya, I can go if you would like. No, you're alright. Do people not often like your quirk, or people often associate my abilities with the villain? I've had incidents before that have been recorded by the committee, and, well, I have a record. You do? Yes, Mr. Midoriya. Of course, it was accidental, and it's all been cleared by. It's all been resolved, and you're all right. Huh? You're nervous. Your heartbeat's going up a lot, and your hands are shaking. You can tell that? Yeah. Trust me, I've had a lot of practice with people lying to me. It's gotten easier to tell, and I guess that's part of it. I see, Mr. Midoriya. You can stay. Honestly, it's nice to have someone to talk to who's not bringing up my blindness, or exactly how I feel about things now. Is my sense of taste better? Is it easier to see with my powers, or can I hear things in the next room or the next apartment? Can you? Sorry if that's a sensitive subject. I can sometimes, and sometimes I wish I don't, but it happens. Warning, my TV's a little loud. I see. I understand that part. Have you tried white noise? Or headphones? I don't exactly. With my job, I couldn't wear them, and my ability relied on hearing a lot. Not just my. I see. Yeah. So that's how things are. Can you get me a cup of coffee if it's not too rude? Her pouring a cup of coffee, as Deku does express. She can get one too. It's gonna be a minute before the stuff in the oven's ready, right? He did turn it on? Or were those burnt? It wasn't on. You turned on the timer. Of course. No wonder I didn't smell them cooking. It's fine, Mr. Midoriya. It will take some time to adjust. Though, I can understand your problems. It's not easy to adjust and try and accommodate yourself to a new lifestyle. Especially considering the fact that you've lived one your whole life and now have to suddenly change it. Thanks. Deku going to sit there for a minute, trying to think about what to ask, what to talk about. There's still a lot he needs to do. A lot to go over and figure out about his circumstances. He's finally talking to someone who is gonna help him. And from what he does understand, they have knowledge about this stuff. So hopefully they don't try to do anything reckless. And this thought does go through his mind. Hopefully he can figure out this new lifestyle. And with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.